I am William. I am 46 years old, and I married the woman who helped me bury my first wife. This is the truth I carry in my chest every day. I speak now because silence has become too heavy for me. I used to wake up at 5 in the morning. I boiled water for tea. I folded my work shirt with slow hands. My first wife, Amelia, liked the house to be quiet at that hour. She moved like a soft shadow. She always touched my shoulder when she passed me. It was a small touch, but it told me I was not alone. Amelia had a gentle voice. She worked at a small clinic. She kept her hair tied back. At night, she read short stories before sleeping. I did not always listen, but I liked the sound of her reading. It was steady. It was safe. We had one daughter. Her name is Lily. When she was little, she slept between us. Amelia would watch her for a long time. I often turned my face to the wall and closed my eyes. I thought love was something that would always stay, even if I did not look at it. I met Clara in my office. She was new. She laughed easily. She asked me many questions about simple things. She said I looked tired. No one had said that to me before. I told her I had a busy life. She said I needed someone to see me. At first, it was only coffee during lunch. We talked about work, then we talked about music, then we talked about our dreams from when we were young. I told her things I had never told Amelia. I told myself it was nothing. I told myself I was still a good man. Clara looked at me in a way that made me feel important. At home, I was a husband and a father. In the office, I became a man again. That is what I told myself. I began to stay late at work. I began to lie without feeling the lie in my mouth. Amelia asked me once, "Are you happy?" I said yes, too quickly. She smiled, but her eyes stayed on my face for a long time. The first time Clara touched my hand, I did not move away. The room was quiet. I could hear my own breathing. I knew I was crossing a line, but I did not stop. I told myself I deserved some warmth. Our meetings became secret. A small apartment, a key in my pocket, the smell of her perfume on my shirt. Every time I returned home, Amelia asked if I had eaten. She heated my food again. She never asked for my phone. She never searched my pockets. Her trust was like a clear glass. I was the crack in it. Clara did not like to hear Amelia's name. She said I was living a false life. She said I was weak. She said I should choose. I told her I needed time. She said time was only for cowards. One evening, Amelia became very sick. It was sudden. She had stomach pain. She could not stand. I drove her to the clinic. My hands were shaking on the wheel. Clara had given Amelia some herbal tea a few days before. She said it would help her sleep. I did not think about it then. I do now. I think about it every night. Amelia lay on the hospital bed. Her skin was pale. She looked at me as if she wanted to say something important. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. I held her hand. It was cold. Our daughter was crying in the hallway. The doctor said it was poisoning. He asked many questions I could not answer. My head was empty. Amelia died before morning. The world became a room without air. The police came. There were tests. There were whispers. Clara cried when she heard the news. She held me and said life was cruel. She said Amelia had always been weak. No one proved anything. The case closed like a door. But inside me, another door opened, a dark one. I remembered the tea. I remembered Clara's eyes when she spoke about my marriage. I remembered her words about choosing. I did not ask her. I was afraid of the answer. I married her 1 year later. People said I needed a new start. They said a man should not live alone. I stood beside Clara in a white room and felt nothing. My daughter did not smile in the photographs. Our house changed. Clara moved Amelia's things into boxes. She said the past was unhealthy. Lily kept one of her mother's scarves under her pillow. Clara found it and threw it away. Lily did not speak at dinner that night. At first, Clara was sweet to me. She cooked my favorite meals. She waited for me at the door. But her voice became sharp when Lily was near. She said the child was rude. She said the child watched her with hate. I began to see small marks on Lily's arms. She said she fell at school. One day I came home early and heard Clara shouting. Lily was standing in the corner. Her eyes were wide. Clara held her by the wrist. I froze at the door. I saw fear in my daughter's face. It was the same fear I had seen in Amelia's last hours. That night, I could not sleep. I lay beside Clara and stared at the ceiling. My chest felt tight. I understood something I had refused to see. The evil I had allowed into my life was now touching my child. Clara started to hit me when she was angry. Small slaps at first, then plates thrown at the wall. She said I was weak. She said I looked at Lily more than at her. She said I owed her my life. I began to drink after work. I sat in my car for a long time before entering the house. I listened to old voice messages from Amelia. She had a soft way of saying my name. Each time I heard it, I felt a knife in my stomach. The turning moment came on a normal afternoon. There was no storm. There was no loud event. Lily was sitting at the table doing her homework. Clara told her to clean the kitchen. Lily said she needed 10 more minutes. Clara pushed the books to the floor. Lily bent down to pick them up. I saw her shoulders shaking. I saw her trying not to cry. In that small movement, I saw my whole life. I saw Amelia heating my food. I saw her trusting eyes. I saw the glass breaking. I understood that my silence had killed one woman and was breaking another. I said Clara's name in a calm voice. I told her to leave the room. She laughed. She raised her hand again. I stood between her and my daughter. My legs were shaking, but I did not move away. That night, I packed Clara's clothes. She shouted. She said I was nothing without her. She said I would be alone forever. I opened the door and waited. She walked out with hard steps. The house became quiet in a way I had not heard for many years. Lily came and held my hand. Her hand was small but strong. We sat on the floor among her books. I told her I was sorry. The words were simple, but they were the hardest words I have ever said. Now my life is slower. I wake up at 5 again. I boil water for tea. I make breakfast for my daughter. We speak about small things. Sometimes we speak about Amelia. We keep her photograph in the living room. Guilt is a long road. I walk on it every day. I do not try to run anymore. I look at what I did. I look at what I allowed. This is my punishment and my lesson. I visit Amelia's grave once a week. I clean the stone. I tell her about Lily's school. I tell her I am trying to be a better man. The wind moves through the trees. It sounds like a soft voice reading a story. I know I cannot change the past. I know some doors never open again. But I can stand in the light that is left. I can protect the child who still calls me father. My life is quiet now. The house is small. The days are simple. When I drink my morning tea, I feel the warmth in my hands. It reminds me that truth is like heat. It hurts at first, but it keeps you alive. I once thought love was something that stayed even when I turned my face away. I know now that love is a small flame. If you do not protect it, your own shadow will put it out.